Hey guys, welcome to Brendanz Dystopia. So, I'm currently thinking about focusing my channel on economic policies, because in politics there's a lot of issues, and the really important ones seem to be traced down to money. People argue about the free market, government regulation, minimum wage, lobbyists, healthcare, so I've been doing some research. Also, I've been having a lot of OCD this year, making it impossible to do a video because something will make me nervous, and I'll have to pause every few seconds and nervously sit for like 10 minutes or whatever. So it makes it impossible to do research and make an informed video about anything important. But I've decided to start uploading videos again and take it a bit easy. Maybe doing some videos on some less important topics. Anyways, I've got a really dumb video today. It's all of my weird ideas about chimps. And I guess these can apply to bonobos too. I did a research paper on chimps though, so that's more of an area of my expertise. Anyways, the main difference between chimps and bonobos is that chimps are run by patriarchies and bonobos are run by matriarchies. One is men, the other is women. Chimps do a lot of war, whereas if the males in a group of bonobos get too aggressive, a group of females will gang up on them and beat them up. So anyways, my first idea was, what if there were weaponized ape armies? Like, in the wild, that chimps can hold a lot of things like tools and shit. So, if they can carry things with their hands, what if they could be trained to fight like human soldiers and be sent to fight other armies? I mean, obviously that this would be extremely unethical, but what a shame that is. I mean, the fact that we can't, like, apes can't consent to go into the army. And even if they did their little sign language and said, yeah, man, I want to go into the army and shit, like the military, I mean, we're exploiting animals, so it still wouldn't be right. But, like, I mean, think about it. We wouldn't have to send humans to war anymore. And, we wouldn't have to have a draft. Like, you just have chimps holding machine guns and shit, going and shooting the other armies. Okay, so what if they were... So, you know, humans are kind of like apes, but we got some round humans. Like, they're extremely pudgy and fat. When we think of a chimpanzee, we don't think of a fat chimpanzee. But what if chimpanzees had such a surplus of food that, like, they got really, really, really fat? You want a picture of what a fat chimp would look like? Here you go. Do you see it? Dude, I know, it's fucking horrifying. Feast your goddamn eyes. So yeah, like, I mean, like, chimps can eat a lot of stuff. They eat, like, dead meat, they eat normal meat, they eat eggs, they eat vegetables, they eat fruit, hell, they eat monkeys. So, like, yeah, what if we could have, like, a chimp, like, you know, eat milkshakes and hamburgers and stuff? Now, humans can survive off of a vegetarian diet. I mean, hell, I'm a vegetarian, and you don't see me dying of nutritional deficiencies. And chimps mostly eat non-meat. So, what if there was a vegetarian ape? What if we had chimps only eat things that aren't meat. But better yet, since chimps can understand the concept of death, and I mean, like, Coco the chimp was actually crying when Robin Williams died or whatever. So what if we could help a chimp what if we had a chimp willingly become a vegetarian, where we were like, oh yeah, when you eat meat, you're killing animals, etc., etc., etc. And I mean, chimps are capable of some very complicated processes of thought. What if a chimp was like, ooh, I've decided I'm gonna be a vegetarian. Okay, here's another idea. What if we had TV shows starring apes, where we exploited the hell out of the apes, where we had apes boxing, and getting concussions, and doing football, and getting concussions? And what if we had like coliseums with chimpanzees and shit? And they were holding swords, and they were in arenas, and they had armor. That would be pretty cool. Humanzees. What if you could breed a chimp and a human? Now, I know what you're thinking. Chimps and humans are different animals. They can't be bred together. Well, let's go over the definition of a species. A species is a group of animals that can all, for the most part, breed with each other and have fertile offspring. And they're the same, like, genetically, etc., etc. But notice I didn't say can breed offspring. I said can breed fertile offspring. Different species of animals can have offspring. Their offspring just aren't fertile. Their offspring just can't make babies. So, like, we've done it before. We've bred zebras and horses, lions and tigers. Anyways, chimps and humans are very similar. And not only that humans and chimps came from a common ancestor, so they're different species, but they're very, very closely related. And actually, when comparing chimp DNA and human DNA, that the similarity is 98%. Only 2% different. And creatures that are more different than humans and chimps have been bred together before, like zebras and horses. So, I mean, why wouldn't it be possible? Of course it's possible. It probably is possible. Like if there's some perverted rapist chimpanzee who breaks out of the zoo and he just pulls down your pants and starts fucking you, besides the expensive therapist bills you're gonna need because you got raped by a chimpanzee, you got some other worries, yo. You could get pregnant. I mean, it would be fucking deformed. In fact, someone has tried it before. He did experiments where he tried to put male semen from apes inside of human women, which he never got to do because all his apes died before he did that. And he tried to impregnate female apes with human semen, and they miscarried. Basically, he was treating his apes bad and they were dying. So, luckily, we never found out the solution to those experiments. But holy shit. Yeah, the Russian government got like found out about his work and got really creeped out, so they took his apes away. Now, will I say that I'm against breeding humans and chimps together? Yeah, I guess so. But imagine if they did. I mean, that would be fucking cool. I mean, you'd have a human who's basically really intelligent and shit mixed with an animal. Okay, here's my next weird idea about chimps. You know how chimps can do sign language? Well, what if they could talk? The reason they can't talk, is not a simple matter of intelligence. There is a gene responsible for communication, which is structured differently in chimps than it is in humans. But, the other reason is because of the shapes of their mouths. They're not structured to be able to do human speech. But they can do sign language. They can be taught it. What if we could do a surgery to like alter the shape of the chimps' throats and tongues so they could talk? Cause like, just because their language centers are more primitive, that doesn't mean they can't learn words. They could learn some words. They'd probably be like really, what's the word? Basic. Because, like, even the sign language they use is pretty primitive. But still, like, imagine if they could drive cars and, you know, they started going to restaurants and they lived in their own houses and they went to school. They'd probably have to alter the lessons so that, like, they'd probably have to, like, have parts of the lessons where they would have to simplify so that, like, the chimps could understand it. But, I mean, chimps can respond to human words. They can do sign language. Imagine if we could teach them basic concepts. I mean, like, chimps can, like, hold things. So what if they could use a steering wheel? And, like, what if there was a car modified so they could put their foot on the pedal? Probably be difficult. They'd be like a midget trying to drive a car, because chimps are 5 foot. And, like, you know, they could get a job where they do, like, very basic labor, and they could get money, and they could buy, like, again, they could buy houses, they could play video games, use iPods, listen to music. What if a chimp, like, started smoking, drinking alcohol, and taking drugs? Like, in the wild, that, I don't exactly know how this happens, because I don't think chimps can produce alcohol, but they caught these chimps, like, they found some sort of, I think it was like plant with alcohol, and they were trying to soak it up with a sponge and get drunk in the wild. It was pretty cool. Okay, so, apes do, like, rain and fire dances, and, like, people think that these rituals are done in order to make chimps feel more, like, in control when they're in scary situations. But, like, you know, thunderstorms or forest fires. I mean, in a way, that's kind of what all rituals and religions are. I mean, there are people nowadays and in the past who have believed in all sorts of things like magic, miracles, gods, demons, ghosts, etc. So, could apes start, like, worshipping gods? Could they have their own abstract concept of religions? Could there be chimpanzee god? I mean, imagine how that would affect organized religion. Like, any of these things would affect organized religions. Like, humanity's view of themselves from, like, from a religious worldview would be extremely disrupted. A lot of people would be like, would think badly of the apes. They would think like, oh, those apes are demon possessed. That's why they're so smart. So this might not happen, but imagine if like some super Christians were trying to push their religion on the apes. What if there were people who were like, you know, Jesus died for you. Chimps need to be Christians too. You need to give your life to Jesus, Coco the gorilla. Or I don't know. I don't think gorillas could be that smart. Coco the chimpanzee, bitch. Jesus died for you, yo. Like, you don't accept Jesus into your heart, that you going to hell. You gonna burn. Like all those gays and shit. Yeah. What I said, bitch. Or like, what if they were like, terrorists who were like, we gotta, all these chimpanzees like need to believe in Allah. What? They don't believe in my religion. I'm gonna blow them up. Let's blow up these chimps. Anyways, abortions, humans have them. There's a big old debate about them. Well, anyways, let's not get into that. I'm not in the mood. But yeah, chimps actually eat, like, poisonous leaves in the wild. Female chimps will do this in order to purposely induce abortions. It's really weird, man. But anyways, yeah, what if apes were, imagine if apes were taught how to use human birth control. Like, what if two apes were fucking, you could give one ape a condom and be like, here, put this on your dick. Or, what would happen if you gave, like, made a special version of the pill for chimps? Or, those things you put in your arm to make you not get pregnant? What if they gave those to chimps? That would be really weird. Here's another weird idea. Could chimps get circumcised? They do have foreskins. And now, for the last one. My last chimp idea. Been saving it. It was on my clickbaity thumbnail. And, warning, this will probably make you barf in your mouth. What if we could transgender a chimpanzee? Now, I don't want any of this to delegitimize the transgender community. There's a lot of scientific proof that, like, gender can affect certain variations of a thought process in your brain. And, there's a lot of complicated culture regarding gender, and it all meshes together or whatnot. But, can chimps have gender identities? Well, probably, because they have complicated gender roles. Like, they have very advanced societies where the men go out and hunt and the women stay at home and stuff. So, like, yeah. But has there ever been an ape that couldn't identify with the gender they were born with? If so, it's probably very rare. And, those who are that way probably are really fucking confused. Like they... I mean, it's confusing enough for a person, but it's like, they're like, wait, why do I have a problem with my wiener? Why do I feel like I don't have the right genitals? Why am I going out and hanging out with all the girl apes? Like, I feel like one of them. Shit. I mean, those apes are probably ostracized, and they probably don't live long. I mean, yeah, like, they probably, like, get beat up by the other apes, because apes do, like, murder each other. Chimps can be really, really big assholes. But, anyways, you can transgender a human. You can do surgery to switch out their genitals and stuff. I mean, humans, male and female, the breasts are different. Apes, I mean, I think female apes have slightly different sized breasts, so, like, I don't know. Could apes get hormone treatments? Could they get transgender surgeries? Now, I don't condone doing this to a chimp. I mean, for one, you can't tell if a chimp's transgender. I mean, it can't consent. That would be really cruel to do to a chimp. Or whatever. But yeah, just think about it. I mean, kind of interesting. Could you do transgender surgery on a chimp and give him some hormones? I mean, you probably either think that idea is pretty cool, or you just barfed in your mouth thinking about it. Anyways, I know this video got extremely ridiculous and was very weird, but yeah, I don't know. This video was just for fun. However, it is something that interested me since chimps are so similar to humans. Anyways, we'll be uploading more videos in the future, so make sure to subscribe. Also, if you watch this channel, subscribe to my Instagram. I built that Instagram to be able to update people when my videos are coming out, but not enough people have been following it. So yeah, follow that thing. I think my channel tells you how to follow it. Anyways, I'm Brendanz Dystopia on Instagram, so search that. Yeah, make sure to check out my gaming channel. Anyways, I hope this video is entertaining. Peace out.